Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the Everton News Daily. It is Friday, July 20th. The team have flown out to Portugal for the Algarve Cup, which will be played tomorrow and on Saturday. It actually starts tomorrow and Saturday, tomorrow and Sunday. It actually starts tonight with Porto playing Lille, and we will play Lille tomorrow, and then we will play Porto on Sunday. Both 8 o'clock kickoffs in the UK. They've flown out, and they've left behind all the rumours, starting with Richarlison, the Watford winger who impressed early on last season. Didn't have a fully great season, but certainly when Marco Silva was at Watford, was brilliant on that left hand side. Obviously scored at Goodison Park for Watford and looked a terrific player. I think they brought him in for £12 million. How he got a work permit, I'll never know, but there you go, he got one. Everton have been linked with him tonight for £50 million move. In fact, some journalists on Twitter with little blue ticks are saying that he's on his way for having a medical at 40 million plus. They're saying 40 million. See, I find that hard to believe with the money Everton spent last season. I also find it hard to believe that Watford would deal with us. But you never know, do you? Because at the end of the day, if Watford feel like they're getting a good deal out of this, maybe they've put a little bit of Everton tax on top. It's all these things are in the realm of possibility, because as much as we all go that'll never happen, we've seen things in the last few years in football where you thought it would never ever happen and it has happened. So I am not putting much stock in this, but listen, if it happened, I think it would be a great buy for Everton Football Club. It would certainly put question marks on the likes of Bolassi's future, even maybe the likes of Ademola Lookman, because I think if Everton actually did pay £40 million for Richarlison, then I imagine if they got 20 million back for Lookman, then it wouldn't necessarily be a terrible deal. I don't know, you'll have to tell me whether you feel that is not a great deal, but I like the player certainly. If Everton had the chance to buy this player at the right price, I'd like him. He flourished, as I said, under Marco Silva, so stranger things have happened. Zaha at Crystal Palace. Everton have been linked today with a £70 million move for the player. Now this one I will file in not happening. It's just not happening. Everton are not paying £70 million for a player who has played alright for Crystal Palace. I mean, when he came back from injury last season, I thought he was really impressive, but 70 million, I can't. That's something West Ham would do, or us last summer. Apparently the player wants to move to Spurs, but Spurs are not paying 70 million for him. Let's be honest, they are not paying anywhere near 70 million. But you know what, Crystal Palace are within their right to ask for 70 million. They've just tied him down to a new long-term deal. They see him as the crown jewel of the club. He is 26. He's just coming into his best years of his career. So they want maximum buck for him. They see what other teams are getting for their best players. They'll have seen what, the likes of Everton play for Sigurdsson last season and thinking, we want a bit of that. They'll have seen Liverpool just pay a ridiculous amount of money for a goalkeeper, so they're within their rights to ask for a hell of a lot of money. But the player himself apparently is not keen on moving to Everton, not keen to moving back up north. Obviously he had a couple of years at Manchester United where it never really went for him, probably too much too soon for the player. But yeah, I would file that in the nonsense category. Lucas Digne, the Barcelona left back, we've been linked with him. Apparently something could happen there next week. There's been talk of a £14.3 million deal on the cards. That could happen next week. I think the Tierney stuff seems dead and buried now, with Celtic looking for up to 30 million for the player. Again, that's up to them. They don't want to sell the player, so they want 30 million, so be it. But 14.3 million pound would seem a decent fee for a player. It's a ridiculous amount of money, of course it is, but if he came in and done a job for the club, it wouldn't seem a bad deal. As he says, 14.3 million pound. But if that's a player they've identified, I think that would be a decent fee for someone who could, you know, be at Everton for the next 4, 5, 6 years. So we'll wait and see. Maybe something will happen next week. Marco Silva did say that this weekend would be the turning point for ins and outs at the club, so maybe hopefully next week will be a busy week before we start ramping up to the start of the Premier League. His teammate Yerry Mina, his agent, has said today that he has had contact with Marcel Brands about the player. So again, could it be a double deal if they're going for both of them? Would that suit Barcelona if they can get both of them out the door for a set fee? Would that make more sense to do it all at once? We get 2 players in at once. It certainly appease our fans who are dying for a new player, or 2 or 3 or 4. So could that happen as well? One player not likely to be joining Everton is Malcolm. It looks like he could be going to Roma. I know I mentioned this yesterday, but it seems that he has agreed personal terms with a £31.3 million deal on the table. That could happen, and of course we will link to him this week. But lots of rumours, lots of players were being linked with. Again, I know it's not great. I know every day I come on here and talk about who the players we're linked about. All we really want is to see some of these players become Everton players. You know, we'll have to wait and see. But you know what? We've got 2 games of football to look forward to now, tomorrow and on Sunday night. So go and watch them, go and enjoy them. If you're going to Portugal, have a great time. I wish I was there, but you know, it's not to be this time. Thanks for watching the Everton News Daily. Make sure to look out for all our other videos, our preview of the weekend's games, and all the exciting stuff we've put on Patreon this week as well. We'll see you later.